condition which you are, based on what happened. Why did you turn up there yesterday?
Why not? I have more than enough reasons. One, I'm a Ghanaian. Two, I am somebody who feels strongly about what is going on and it is deteriorating. Three, I'm a journalist. And if I know nothing at all, I know that the journalism freedom has deteriorated. I was in this country when Ahmed Swale was killed. Till this day, we've not found his killers. I was in this country when my senior colleague Manasseh Azuri had to seek help, boost his security for simply doing his work. I am in this country when persons at Ghana Web and other media were hounded by national security operatives for simply doing their work. And yesterday we heard Radio Ada journalist is dead because of the brutalities he was met when he was kept in for allegedly publishing fake news. As we know of today that story was not fake, but the force, the boost with which they applied. Today he's dead. So how many more journalists do we want to see die before we speak up? They say if you're silent, then you might as well be with the oppressor. We cannot always stay in the middle. So yes, I had more than enough reasons. And I feel it when I go and I buy things and things are expensive. My salary has not gone up in how many years? But every day things are going up. So yes, when young people say they want to protest, they want to register their displeasure, the least you could do is to turn up. I also had a journalist on the ground who was reporting, and that was her first big assignment. I needed to be there to give her moral support, to say that you can do this. So when I went and the process did not come on, I came from Uniba, I was with my husband then, so I drove to Accra. When I came and the protest had been dispersed and kept at the Accra Regional Police Command, I went there as a citizen in good standing of this country. I thought that I could use my name as Beatrice Otoo to act as surety to bail others when the need came. And that opportunity eventually came. So while I was there, I was on the phone. A gentleman saw me and came to me and said, Bridget, we have a space where we're talking about what's going on. Could you speak to us? So as I was on the phone with them, as I am with you right now, talking about what is happening and why I was there, police charged at us. So, I mean, that was it. And the funny thing is that while the attack was going on, I didn't think that I was under threat. I didn't think that the police came for me. I thought they were trying to get the guy next to me. And I was confused because I was thinking, what did he do wrong? Is it because he handed his phone to me? Is it illegal to hold the phone? I was not sure at the time, but you couldn't think there was so much going on. It was not until I saw the video that the gentleman in Mufti, the policeman, the short one in the green and blue, while the one in the what do you call blue long sleeve, was grabbing the guy next to me. The one in the, I think, brown coffee, navy blue summer shirt was actually trying to push me in. The reason is that when they push you in and they shut the gate, they beat you up. Police officers were on the combat. They just beat you up. And that's it. And I'm so glad that this morning, that boy who was next to me, his name is George. At the time, I didn't know his name. He has pictures, evidence of what the police did to his body. He has bruises all over, and he has posted it online. Why? So yes, these were the things that made me say, look, today on Nkrumah's birthday, I'm not going to fail him. This is how we won this country. This is how we got an independence. And if our children are not going to pay for, we are not going to pay for it, our children will pay for what is happening. So yes, I had more than enough reasons to go there.
At what point did your clothes get torn?
So that was it. When the gentleman launched at us, the police officers, the British police officers, launched at us, the short one, they were trying to push me in to get me beaten. At the time, I didn't know that's what he was trying to do. So in doing so, he pulled my dress, and then they ripped it off. And I was just fortunate I had a brown, and then the top, it was just at the tip of the bra. So someone else gave me a shawl to wrap around my middle and pulled my trousers so I could wrap around my middle. So in the scuffle, the George guy, he was holding onto my back. So he was holding onto my back so he couldn't, because he kept saying that he's not done anything, doesn't want to go inside. So the police officers in that scuffle ripped my shirt or my top, yes.
And you said this happened at the gates?
At the entrance, yes. I don't know. Maybe standing there was the crime or waiting, because my reason was going to the gate was I moved from the police station right behind the police headquarters. where a woman had come looking for her son who was just there to play basketball. And because they saw him in t-shirts with a famous name on it, they thought, okay, he's a protester, and they grabbed him. And the woman was like literally in tears. And I remember the media even approached her. She said she won't talk on camera. Her heart was breaking. She just needs to know where her son is and that he's okay. And I hope that this morning, Kevin Boache, if you are hearing us, I hope you're okay. I hope you're with your mother and you are both home and safe. That was it. So I went to the gate and I said, you know what? Please find out if the Kevin Boache guy is inside. That was why I went there, and they won't allow me. So Charlie, what did I do? I moved around, went to stand in the corner there, talking on the phone. I didn't know just by being there and talking on the phone was a crime that somebody had to get to attack me, pull me in so that they can beat me. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
And at the time, I recall from the video I was watching, you were talking about Vanessa. And
yes, Vanessa was a journalist. So Vanessa was also one of the reasons why I went to the case. Was a journalist from Metro TV who was on her first assignment. And like I said, I needed to be there to make her know that we're proud of her because it was her first major assignment that we had put her on. Now, when Vanessa went inside, Vanessa also was the only journalist who captured the police beating protesters. So she had kept too long. Not knowing the police had seen what she was, and they attacked her. 6 policemen attacked Vanessa. So she had, bruises on her. And they were insisting she delete the video, and they seized her phone. So I think after an hour or so, she was palpitating, like she was confused and everything. So she came out and came to tell us what happened. And I hugged her and I was even crying with her that I apologized to her for sending her on such a serious assignment. So whilst we were outside, she was outside for like maybe 2. She tried to go back in and get her phone. They won't let her in. So I think after 2 or 3 hours, when the lawyers came in, back and forth with them, eventually they said I should come. And I said, it wasn't my phone. It was Vanessa's phone. So she should go in and get her phone. The mistake I made was to tell her that if they tell her to turn the phone on and delete the video, she should tell them no. So when she went inside, former minister whom you spoke to, Minister Husseini, was there and saw how they were attacking the girl, and I think acted like her lawyer. So told her that she should, he was one of the people who convinced her to delete the video. Said, the police said, if you don't delete the video, we won't let you go. And because she didn't want to be harmed and wanted her phone, they forced her to delete every single video she had of the police beating protesters. Minister Husseini was there, present with her. And she deleted all the videos. That's how they let her come out. And she's okay. I know she'll be traumatized for some time, but I know that she'll be fine. Vanessa was the reporter we sent from Metro TV to go and cover it.
Well, so for her, she still had the bruises on.
Yes, she had.
Yeah.
Yes, she had. She has on her body. I mean, she showed us they were like dots, right? Spots. You know, like when you have like black spots or something, on your skin. Yeah, that's what was on her skin. Or in impact to she's dark, so you don't really get to see it now, but you could see the spots on her. Yes.
And it's wonderful to hear this morning that you say you are better.
I'm better. Yes, I came home with a migraine, but I decided not to pay attention to it. I just feel like sometimes when you give heed to some of these things, it will just weigh you down because the fight is bigger than all of us. So we should focus on it and not what's happening. This shouldn't be even about me. It should be about why the people are fighting in the first place. Young people are leaving the country in droves. They would rather be, clean, be drivers, conductor bus, and drivers abroad than to stay and take and not get a job in this country. And those are things that we should worry about. And we should let them protest freely because it is the least they can do. They are not throwing stones. They are not planning coups. They are just protesting, just walking on the street. Let them do the very thing that brought Nana Addo himself into power. I don't know why he's afraid of those things. I honestly don't know. And you sanction that and nobody takes responsibility. Writing statements full of lies about the BBC journalist, statements about no protester. And I was so glad when the police said no journalist was attacked. Vanessa went on her social media and said, what about me? 6 police officers attacked me. What about me? They put their hands in my thigh. What about me? She said that to the police online. They haven't responded. They should say it was a lie too. So yes, it's important. It's bigger than all of us. But we should keep on doing it because this is what brought this government into power. Why are they afraid? That young people, and yesterday I saw young people who said, Madam, me I'm MPP, but I had to come out because I'm suffering. I don't have a job, nothing. Government should see it as even a good thing that these are the things they are complaining about and fix it. That's it. And that is bad. So you'd rather people be quiet and plan a coup. No, we don't want coup in this country. We don't. And I'm proud of the young people who came out yesterday. Not a single one threw a stone. I don't think you saw anybody, not even water. They shared the yogurt for us, like I was trying to do to come to win a seat. They just gave us yogurt and water, and we laughed about it. Nobody insulted a police officer. Nothing. Nobody did it. They conducted themselves so well. Nanado should be proud of the citizens that he has. That even in their desperation, in their anger, they conduct themselves with such class.
Well, it's difficult to go through this exercise and not be this kind of situation and not be reflecting a day after. And I want to ask what is on your mind this morning when you think about everything that happened yesterday.
I honestly thought it could have been worse. I think the part that scared me the most was when my husband came in. My husband was in the central region. He's on an assignment at his work, and he was supposed to be at the workshop. I was praying that his phone was not by him or anything, but I think somebody may have called him because he should not have seen the video, and he saw the video. So the part that scares me the most was, what if my husband had not made it? Because there were so many accounts of people eventually when they saw him online said, I didn't know that was the man, the way he was driving crazy, the way he was driving in like his mind. And the truth is that when the thing was happening, my personal phone was in my bag. I had two phones. One was for browsing, so the one was browsing was in my hands. But the one I received call on was in my bag. So he had called me, I had not seen. So as soon as I picked, I saw that about 9 missed calls from him. I said, Jesus Christ, I hope this man is not on his way. I called him and I said, Atago, don't come. And he said, I'm already in Kasua. When he said, I said, I beg you, if you're in Kasua, I'm okay. I just need you to know that I'm okay. Drive slowly if you want to come in. Just drive slowly and get here. That is all I was praying for. So it could have been worse for me and my family yesterday. That's what got me emotional this dawn. That's what got me emotional. That my husband could have died on the road. I'm glad he was okay. When I was okay, he saw me, made sure that I was safe. And then he went back to go and do his work. So he's back in the central region. I was there with him when I drove to Accra here for the protest on the morning of the Thursday. So that's what I'm grateful for, that we still have our lives together. He's okay, I'm fine. And I'm glad that I made good choices in terms of how I conducted myself. That I did not engage anyone, because I've worked with the police long enough to know that all they need is for you to say, tackle, or just to be rude, so they can shoot you, so they can beat you. So I'm so glad that when I reflect, I'm happy I did not go on that tangent. I'm happy even in the face of provocation, I did not react. And that's what I'm most proud of. And that and another thing that scared me was when my husband came. He actually went to the police, went to the gate with the policemen there and said he's here. You people said to the woman, I'm here. I am the man. Come and beat me. And stood in front of them, and he was upset. He was yelling. They didn't say anything. They just shut the door. Because I think they realized the way he was angry. And I was calling his name, I was calling him saying that I was begging him to just calm down. I was begging him to just come, because I know the police, they are senseless. They are not smart people, extremely stupid. They shoot because somebody said, hey. They shoot at no provocation. So those were the things that this morning, reflecting, I'm just thanking God that we are all okay. And that all the protesters are also safe. Because when I heard that there was a girl, I think I took a photo with in the evening around 8 o'clock. While she was there, she hadn't been in such an enclosed space as somebody who was arrested, So she was fortunately, I think she had about 2 or 3 phones, and they took some, but she was able to hide. So while she was there, she was able to communicate with her family and friends outside. So they were giving her tips on how she could stay alert and well. So somebody like that, she could have just died in the police custody for the fear alone, the pressure alone. So those were the things. I was hoping that, today, we won't hear any bad news. What we have seen is just people who have been beating their skin, and they've taken pictures of it and they put out. And I was also praying for Bakaboma, because we came out because of him, because of what he said, that I was hoping that they won't handle him. But I realized, okay, with what he has gone through, he always knows how to conduct things. So I'm sure he'll be okay. So the innocent people who came, who genuinely came, they are not NDC people, they are not NPP people. They just want better for themselves. That at the end of the day, none of these people is under the ground, 6 feet under the ground. That they are all, even if they are bruised physically, their spirit is not broken.
And thank you for speaking to us this morning. But for a moment, I was thinking one of the last persons the police will ever attack or who would be denied access at the Ghana Police Service headquarters would be Beatrice
It's
Otoo.
me, yes.
Yes.
And you know, the amazing thing is that all the people who came in, the people, I mean, Bernard, Mona, everybody, they were all allowed to go in. I was the only person who was stopped at the gate. I get it. Yes, I may have presented you and the police, but I was never a friend of the police. I mean, there were several times.
You were never a friend of the police?
I was never, yes. The police were never. Let me tell you, let me explain what that means. So the police never liked me hosting that show, You and the Police, because I always run contrary to what they wanted. I mean, some of the shows were shows that, like the producer would literally insist that, yeah, let's do it this way. But the shows I did against them, like the one I did, which was police, I went undercover, we captured police people taking money and those things. It's not one that endeared me to them. And I'm extremely vocal of their actions. I have never held back my opinion of the police, and there are so many records to that effect. And the reason is simple, because I will not close my eye to such brutish, such lies from the Ghana Police Service. It's a narrative they like, and now they have an IGP who is obsessed with PR. Dan Parry doesn't care about the truth. He just cares about how do we spin this so the police look good. I mean, he wrote a statement to say that the BBC journalist, that it was a lie, which is not true, because I sat in a classroom with this guy, and he was arrested, and I was there with him. So for them to write a statement like that, like they don't care about the truth. The police does not. They just have a certain narrative, and that's what they are going with. So as somebody who does the opposite, and there was a time when I was presenting the show at the time, the PR at the time came and said that you're not the right person for this show. Yeah, they did. Because I had an opinion that was strong and contrary to what they wanted. There were a few times they would say this, I said, I won't say it, and I didn't. So yes, I get it. I've always been against the system. I've always been against oppression. So yes, I understand why they see me and say, you are supposed to be our friend. And I remember, I think yesterday, while I was standing at the gate, eventually when I was so upset after what they did to me, I was standing at the gate and my husband came there. One police officer came to open the gate and said to me, "Oh, Bridget, we know you. So why are you doing this?" And my husband got angry and said, "You know her and you did this to her. Even you know her and you did this to her." So that is it. They know, but they don't. I mean, I'm sure for just diplomacy reasons, that's why sometimes they're nice. I always say this: when you get into trouble, please don't call me. Say you're in trouble with the police. If I call and they hear my name, they won't bail you. They won't even let you go. So I always tell my friends, please don't call me. If they hear my name. There was one time one guy tried. That was when they even took him to court and took his money. Just because he called me, Beatrice Otoo, we will show you. So yes, I get it. So I try not to do anything contrary to what I'm supposed to do. Be a good citizen, because even when you're a good citizen, they'll find fault and try and nail you with something. So yes, I have worked with the police, but I was not a friend of the police, as in their actions. So that is why they do what they do. So I understand perfectly, but it will not kill my spirit. Look, I would rather stand with the people than be for the police. They are just an institution that you cannot rely on, and it's a shame. We were hoping that Dan Parry would be different, but he's not. The only thing that has changed, since any other IGP, right? Since Dan Parry came, has bribery stopped. Like even yesterday when I was going Wednesday night afternoons when I was doing central reading, I was giving 10 cities, because when you get there, no, give us something and go, 10 cities. Have people stopped paying bribes to the police? Have their ranking? The only thing the police have done is that now they issue everything that can, they issue one statement from the headquarters. That is all. They are just good at writing scripts. That is all that has changed about the Ghana Police Service. Nothing has changed about the people who work in. The same modus operandi, the same brutish colonial system. That is what is there. Nothing has changed. They just have an IGP obsessed who thinks he's a celebrity, walking around crying. I felt for his scam the other time when he was acting like he was sad and all that. All that nonsense will stop, because we know he's just a good actor, but a very good liar. So IGP should just watch out. We will not fall for his lies again.
If there was a protest today on the same issues, will Beatrice be there? Bridget be there?
If what?
If there was a protest today on the same issues,
yes, absolutely,
would you be there?
Absolutely. I think tomorrow too they will come. I think today. I think there's a lot of that the lawyers are supposed to do, the bail conditions and whatnot. I don't know. They eventually said you won't release them. Now they've released those who were arrested. So there are lots of outstanding issues. I'm sure the lawyers will try and tighten it, and we'll wait for what Oliver Barker-Vorma will also say about the protest if they are coming out today, and those who are bruised, whether we'll get them any medical assistance, help. Any help that we can get for them. And then tomorrow, yes, I will definitely be there. Yeah, they should arrest us, all of us. I mean, I'm sure they will get tired. Yesterday, people didn't leave. They stayed. They said they were not going to release them until the next day. We stayed at the police and we are not going anywhere until eventually they were released.
Bridget, thank you very much for speaking to us. I wish you all the best and extend our best wishes to Vanessa.
I will tell her. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bridget is a broadcaster speaking to us. This morning, she was one of those who were the victims of a victim of the brutalities that we saw yesterday. In fact, the videos are still live. You can see some of them. Oliver Bakavoma was arrested in a bus with several others, and he used the opportunity to take a video, which is now live. You can also get to watch that video of him and the protesters were arrested on this issue. Let me speak to